Hello there. In a real classy show of ladylike refinement, Angela Rayner has effectively launched her Labour Party leadership bid, and Keir Starmer should be worried. As per usual, please like, subscribe and comment below. And when subscribing, please do press that little bell, but also select the all option, or you won't get any notifications when I publish a new video. The Labour Party leader Keir Starmer has already had a bad start to his 2021 party conference, so he definitely did not need his deputy, Angela Rayner, kicking up a kerfuffle by throwing nasty blunt insults at their Tory opponents. Starmer has already had his proposals to change the leadership election process to give MPs more say than party members rejected. He possibly thinks that his MPs, people like Richard Bergen and Diane Abbott, are more sensible than the general party membership, although I don't see any sense amongst any of them anywhere. And now Angela Rayner has descended into the gutter and shouted, "Tories are scum," up from beneath the drain grating. Donning her political bother boots, she said to a bunch of Labour Party activists at the conference, "I'm sick of shouting from the sidelines, and I bet yous lot are as well." And she appeared to go on to refer to Tories as a bunch of scum, racists, as well as misogynistic Banana Republic Etonian scum. What a nice person she is. And what a far cry from someone who told the Mar Show back in September 2019 that MPs need to dial down their language and act responsibly. So she's an irresponsible hypocrite then, and an irresponsible hypocrite without a thesaurus. But her comments appear to have gone down a storm with most of her party's activists. They like sticking it to the Tories. But her leader, Keir Starmer, was left a bit red-faced and forced to say that she used language he wouldn't have used, and he would be having a chat with her about it later. And while that might comfort the moderate voters, it will not endear him to the hard left activists of his party that Rayner will be tapping into for future support. Now, these comments were for the benefit of a small fringe audience at the conference, but it seems to have stung the Tories into an angry response. But I think they would have been better off just ignoring her. And if they were asked, they should have just said, "Well, Angela will be Angela, and the hard-left Labour Party will always be the hard-left Labour Party," and just dismissively left it at that. Because the people that look up to Rayner for saying such things would never vote Tory, ever, in a month of Sundays. But Foreign Office Minister and former Tory party co-chair Amanda Milling called the comments shocking and demanded an apology from Rayner, while another Foreign Office Minister, James Cleverly, said Rayner was talking crap. Come on, people, we all know she talks garbage. She may say it with force of passion, but it's all still crap. Now, Angela Rayner has refused to apologise and is claiming her comments were aimed at the PM himself and his cabinet, not at all Tories. It probably dawned on her that there are people who vote Tory in Labour constituencies too, and quite a lot of them. And she even suggested that calling someone scummy was somehow a term of endearment. She told Sky News, "That is a phrase you would hear very often in northern working class towns. We'd even say it jovially to other people." Well, it doesn't appear to have been used jovially by her at the conference, does it? So I'd hate to see what she's like when she has a real verbal go at someone, although I can imagine a more fishwife type of approach. Now, as I see it, her comments were meant to inspire the Labour Party ultra-faithful in the conference, not the middle-of-the-road swing voters around the country. Now, her comments will definitely chime with the former, even if it jars with the latter. But she may naively have thought that her fiery comments would go no further than those four walls and the inner party membership. so her comments are more of a danger to Keir Starmer's leadership as she builds support within the party than to the electoral chances of the Tories. So the party faithful will love her, but for the rest of us, if the answer is Angela Rayner, then we are definitely not asking anywhere near the right question. But Starmer's woes don't end there. His shadow chancellor Rachel Reeves has suggested that income tax would not go up under a Labour administration, forcing the Labour leader to contradict her and tell the Marsh show that nothing was off the table. How embarrassing. Well, we all know Labour love to tax and spend, even more than this current crop of Tories do. And Starmer also ruled out nationalising the big six energy firms, something that the left of his party, which is most of them, will not like at all. But he did manage to announce his plans to tax private schools to finance public sector education. I wonder what Diane Abbott really thinks about that one. And he's also called on the government to allow 100,000 foreign HGV drivers into the country to sort out the fuel and food problems. Good rhetoric for the lazy thinking anti-Brexit crowd, but little else. I've said before that driver shortages are a Europe, if not worldwide, problem that started for the UK in at least 2015, ages before the Brexit vote. And it's all coming to a head now because of COVID, not because of Brexit. And writing in the Telegraph, Tory MP Ian Duncan-Smith said that the main factor behind the driver shortages was and is coronavirus, and pointed out that the total European shortfall of HGV drivers is now more than 400,000. For example, even in Poland it's 124,000 drivers, in the UK it's 60,000, and in Germany it's about the same as the UK, but forecast to rise to 185,000 drivers by 2027. But the pro-EU likes of the BBC still keep plugging the Brexit angle for the gullible and hard of thinking. And Ian Duncan-Smith does a good job of detailing where the faults lie in both the public and private sector. To give you a sense of how chronically stupid the bureaucratic thinking was, the Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency also stopped motorcycle testing, even though those being tested were all alone on their bikes, he writes. And now, the British company Rolls-Royce North America has secured a big deal with the US Air Force. But before I get onto that, I just want to say a massive thank you to all my Super Thanks, Patreon and PayPal supporters, as well as those that do buy a mug, with my mug on it. Links in the descriptions box below. You really do help me keep this channel going. It was announced on Friday that Rolls-Royce North America, which is a subsidiary of the British firm Rolls-Royce Holdings plc, has secured a large contract with the US Air Force to re-engine their B-52 bombers. According to airforcemag.com, the Air Force has selected Rolls-Royce North America as its contractor for the B-52 commercial engine replacement program, which will supply new F-130 power plants for all 76 of Air Force Global Strike Command's B-52H bombers, the Pentagon announced on September the 24th. If all options are exercised, the work is worth $2.6 billion. And this will have been won against stiff competition from US firms. As I understand it, Rolls-Royce has a special security licence to be able to work on US defence projects, despite being foreign-owned. The Rolls-Royce Senior Vice President of Strategic Campaigns, Craig McVeigh, said, "This is a major win for Rolls-Royce. We've been planning and preparing for this outcome and are ready to hit the ground running to prove that we are the best choice for the Air Force and the B-52. And all despite Brexit." So what's your opinion of Angela Rayner? Please like and comment below.